this point.
Why not?
They don't need to. They set things in motion, and now evolution itself is taking care of itself. You know, it's kind of along the lines of once you put the ingredients together and you've got your cake batter, stick it in the oven. You don't have to do anything more to the batter; it'll turn into a cake. Essentially, that's what they've done.
Are they taking statistics, Keith?
Yes. Understand, from the off-worlder's standpoint, this is an extremely exciting period in mankind's life, in mankind's civilization. Okay, because this is the make or break. They're either going to sort themselves out or they're going to kill themselves off. But it's very rare that off-worlders get a chance to witness firsthand the evolution of a civilization at this point in its evolution. So yeah, they're absolutely tracking it. This is why you'll find that abductions tend to happen in family trees.
Right.
Because they watch for the subquantum modifications that happen one generation to the next, as well as the environmental impacts. See, some of the things that those implants will do is measure the oxygenation of blood during a person's interaction, like daily activities, because it'll measure the blood, the oxygenation of the blood on the way in, and the oxygenation of the blood as the person exhales.
How does one get rid of them? Do they naturally come out? So if you get implanted, is it there forever?
No. Huh. No, most of them are actually, quite frankly, biodegradable. Okay, as in your body will eventually break them down. But they're designed for that. You see, and the reason for it is they're made out of materials that the human body will not be negatively impacted on.
Right.
It's not like they make a pellet and, fill it full of mercury. Okay, that's mankind doing that kind of design. But no, the implants on the whole simply get absorbed. That's why they have to be re-implanted periodically. But they're done in such minute chemical composition that they don't show up in mankind's blood work. Of course, in all fairness, you'd have to be looking for some pretty remote compounds that aren't actually natural occurring anyway. But that's the most common. Periodically, a doctor will be able to remove one. But then, amazingly enough, that implant will go missing. As it gets swept out of the way and gets lost.
Do other aliens remove other aliens' implants?
Yep.
How often does that happen?
Way more often than you might think. They usually do it, and the Greys are notorious for doing it, oddly enough, because one group of competing researchers will pull one implant out and put their own in, so they're getting the information the other guy doesn't anymore.
Right.
I mean, they do have an oddly competitive side to them.
Right.
Not to the level that mankind has by any functional stretch. I mean, let's face it. Mankind bets on racing cockroaches.
Who doesn't like a good cockfight?
No, not cockfight, cockroach.
Either way. It gave me an opportunity to say the word cockfight on my show. So I'm going to take that.
Oh, okay. But no, the reality is there is a lot of implant swapping going on. There is also, amazingly enough, a market for implant information. Black market for it. Humans are not the only ones that have a black market someplace. This is why I tell people that, off-worlders, yes, they've got better toys than mankind, but they're really not as different from mankind as what you might think.
Right. Interesting indeed. We only got about 4 minutes left tonight, Keith. And in regards to the implants and being in this battle where they seem to be changing implant for implant, how does one know when that is going on?
Like up in the middle of an operation? Mind you, in all fairness, the people that are having that done, more often than not, are far more concerned about the fact they're on an operating table in an alien environment than they are by what they're actually up to.
By the way, we've heard a couple of motherships fly by on the phone while you were talking, or is that just WestJet or Air Canada?
In all fairness, it could be any one of the three. I'd be inclined to say if you're hearing it, you're looking at either WestJet or Air Canada. Now, on the other hand, if you're sitting on your deck and the stars all of a sudden go out, you might be looking at something a little more complicated.
Are you sure? That sounds like one of them sports models that Bob Lazar was talking about.
Well, that would be entertaining. But no, not being at your place at this point. I really can't say for certain what's going on. But I can tell you the motherships don't make a noise like an airplane.
No, they don't. Actually, the one that I heard, the first UFO I ever saw, it made a sound like a C-130 Hercules, except a little bit deeper of a buzzing sound. Hercules has 4 propellers, 2 on each wing. And it's a very distinctive sound.
C-31 quite well.
Right.
But yeah, by the way, at that noise level, it wasn't a mothership. I'm not debating it was a UFO. But for mothership to operate on that kind of mobility would require so much that if it was going over your house,
yes,
you'd be replacing the roof after you dug it out of the basement.
Well, it'd be like going to a Motorhead concert, my friend. Lemmy cranking it up. Why not?
Yeah, that's one of those concerts you'll never find me going to.
Well, we won't be going to any more Motorhead concerts, but rock and roll, Lemmy. Rock and roll. Keith, let everybody know in 90 seconds where they can find you.
Easiest way to find me is contact me via email at innervoiceenterprises@yahoo.ca. Or if you go onto YouTube, my YouTube channel is R. Keith Andrews. And through that, on the videos there, if you look at the bottom of them, there's a whole list of ways of finding me.
Awesome.
And of course, on Facebook, you can find me on Facebook under Ronald Keith Andrews as well. It's easy to identify. I've got a hand-carved UFO as my picture.
Perfect. Perfect, my friend. And we will talk to you again on the next ET Connection on Friday, May 3rd. Look forward to it, bud.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. Glad to be actually back up and awake enough to do this.
Absolutely. And I appreciate your time. I always love having you on here. And I'm very excited to see you again at Forest Moon Paracon. It'll be in September, but hanging out with you again will be a pleasure.
Yeah, that's a ride that I'm really looking forward to. I just want to say a real quick thank you to everybody that was questioning, was asking about my health during the period that I was really out of the equation. And thank you, Dave, for forwarding the information as it came in.
Absolutely not a problem, my friend. You hold on. We're going to wrap this thing up. This weekend, we have Tessa Nicole Thomas coming in for Spaced Out Weekend, Saturday and Sunday night, 9 o'clock Pacific, midnight Eastern Time, only at spacedoutradio.com. We got Mr. Ron Bumblefoot THAL rocking in the background with Little Brother is Watching. Bumblefoot is the official music of Spaced Out Radio, rocking us in and out of every single show. Get your horns up for the guitar god himself. Special thanks to all of you listening in at home, in your cars, at work, in the chat rooms on Spreaker, SOR Space Travelers Club on Facebook, Rev Radio, Twitter at hashtag radio, Spaced Out Radio, that is, for hanging out with us. Remember, Spaced Out Radio shows are all copyright by Spaced Out Radio and SOR Media Ventures Limited. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, being a part of this, making us bigger and better every single night. Because together, my friends, let me hear you say it with me, we own the night. I will talk to you all on Monday. Mr. Bumblefoot, we need a favor. We need you to take us home. Good night.